I love the name of our Super Session Presenters company, and I'm looking forward to listening to Joan Stanford today. She is a sassy sentence slayer with a penchant for powerful words. That sounds like something I could have written. As the CEO of Jazzy Pen Communications, she works with entrepreneurs to build their brands and craft compelling content to attract their ideal customers. This award-winning business owner has more than 25 years of professional writing, editing, and marketing experience and has written for Fortune 500 companies, startups, and everything in between. She is a certified expert with Constant Contact, the preeminent email marketing tool, and using simple strategies she will share today. Joan has helped several clients generate thousands of dollars in revenue by harnessing the power of the inbox. Known for her energy and down-to-earth presentation style, ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Joan Stanford to the stage.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wait a minute. I saw some of you last night cutting a rug and my girl. So I know that you can do better than that. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. That's what I'm talking about. I am so glad you guys are here this morning. Thank you so much for the introduction, Mac. You're amazing. I appreciate it. I appreciate this conference, Small Market Meetings. Are we ready to rock and roll? Thank you. All right. Let me quickly ask a question. Has anybody checked their email this morning? Raise your hand if you checked your email. Yeah? That, my friends, is the power of the inbox, right? The fact that you got up this morning and you debated, should I brush my teeth or should I check my email? That's the power of the inbox. And your customers and clients are also intrigued by their inbox. They've got to get in there, right? And so today, this morning, for a dirty 30 minutes, we're going to be talking about the power of the inbox and the strategies and tips that you can really use to maximize email marketing, right? You guys with me, right? Okay. Some of you guys did too much dancing last night and you're kind of on that lull. Again, my name is Joan Stanford. Like they said, Jazzy Pen Communications is my company. It's a marketing communications company in Rancho Cucamonga, which is a stone's throw away, right down the street here. My contact information is on the screen because I want to connect with many of you in the room. I want to quickly share some of the things that Jazzy Pen Communications does just before we get into this, right? We do a variety of content. We will work on your website, the words that you're struggling to come up with. We will work on your landing pages, your email marketing campaigns, using Constant Contact, of course, because I am an expert with Constant Contact, and this presentation is actually a Constant Contact presentation, all right? So we do direct mail campaigns, press releases, PR kits. We've done professional bios. How many of you struggle with writing about yourself? Raise your hand real quick. Yeah, it's kind of tough. Come to Jazzy Pen Communications, we'll take care of you. All right, moving on. Let's jump into this content. What is email marketing? Let's start with a definition so that we're all on the same page. It's basically delivering professional communications, right? Keyword professional, we want to be professional. Professional communications to an interested audience. Again, keyword, interested. They need to have wanted to opt in and hear from you, right? You're not just spamming out of nowhere. So it's an interested audience. And the communications that you're sending, that communication has to be seen as valuable to them, right? Not to you, valuable to them, okay? And then finally, it looks great in the inbox. That's what we are doing when we're talking about email marketing communications, all right? What can it do for you, though? What can it do for your business? Really quickly, 3 things, right? The first thing is driving revenue and profits to your business right away. You can essentially send out one email campaign with a promotion, they click that button and they buy something. They register for your event right on the spot. Bada bing, bada boom, done, right? Driving profits, done, yeah? The other thing is that it's giving you the opportunity to build your brand awareness. We want people to know who you are, and we need to make regular touches to your prospects, right? And so email marketing allows you to do that, and once they keep hearing your company name, they keep seeing you in the inbox, they're gonna wanna do business with you, right? And finally, for many of you in the room, it can help you boost event attendance. We can incorporate event registration with email marketing, right? Get butts in seats, bodies in the room, right? That's what we want to have happen with our email marketing communications. All right, so are you guys ready to harness the power of the inbox? That was just my warm up. I'm just getting ready. Even in these shoes, I'm just getting ready, y'all. Wait a minute. All right. Let's do it really quickly for our 30 minutes, our agenda, if you will. We're going to talk about why email marketing. I'm going to give you a few steps to harnessing the power. It's going to include growing your list, creating great content, all of that good stuff. Then we are going to finish up and wrap it all up with what that ideal email looks like, because I know you're wondering, what does that look like? I'm going to show you. All right, quick question. What's the #1 app on your phone? That one app that you just always go to. What is it? Shout it out, somebody. Why does everybody say Facebook? Give me something else. What else? Instagram. I heard something over here. Outlook, okay. LinkedIn, that's another good one. But the answer is that little envelope that you guys said that you checked this morning, right? Believe it or not, it is an app, right? You got to your email via clicking that envelope. You checked your email this morning. Most of you raised your hand this morning, right? Most of us are checking our email on our phones. And here's another thing. Hold on to your breakfast, okay? But more people own a cell phone than own a toothbrush. Right? I feel the same way. I really want you to have a toothbrush versus having a phone. That's really important. But it just goes to show the importance that we feel when we're connected to our phones and the importance that we feel as it relates to email, right? We want to check our email, we want to check it on our phones. Yes, we do. The other thing about email, 91% of people check it every single day. Not Monday through Thursday, not Monday through Friday, every single day. Hello. And 88% of us check it on our phones, right? The other thing about email that I want you to know is that when you send an email, you're pretty much guaranteed that it's going to get to its destination, right? If you have the correct email address, it's going to get there to the tune of over 90%. We're 90% sure that it's going to land right in their inbox. Whether or not they read it or not, it's a different story, but we're going to talk about that in just a second, right? But let's compare that though. If you, a lot of people said they checked Facebook on their phones. Let's talk about Facebook really quickly. If you post on your business page on Facebook, only 2% of your followers are going to see your post. Hello, 2%. And I'm being generous. With the latest algorithms, I'm being real generous with 2%. It's probably closer to 1% of your followers, right? So comparing, is it going to get there? Are they going to see my message? Email, they're going to see it if you've got the right email address, right? Other thing about email, gotta share all the good stuff, the money and stuff, all that. Conversion-wise, conversions with email marketing, we're looking at triple the conversion rate of social media. Triple, 3 times, right? What does that mean? So whatever it is that you want your people to do, you want them to buy something, you want them to click on something, you want them to download something, they're more likely to do that thing via email than they are via social media. So you're pushing, you're doing all of these things on social media, but it's just not happening. It's gonna happen in email for you, okay? Let's talk dollars and cents, ladies and gentlemen. For every $1 that you spend on email marketing, you're looking at a return on investment of over $40. That is unheard of ROI as it relates to marketing. There's a variety of marketing channels and techniques that you can use, but email marketing, hands down, has the best ROI and has had the best ROI for quite some time. So if you were on the fence, let's consider, right? When you go to send your emails, it's all about impressions. What is that impression that you're gonna make? When they get your email, what kind of feelings does your email conjure up for them, right? It's all about first impressions. The question becomes, do you want them to feel that sad, droopy, boring feeling when they get your email? Or the more vibrant, jazzy, hey, shake a tail feather kind of feeling, right? You want people to open your email, read it, and do whatever it is that you want them to do, right? Let's put some emails on the board. Do you want your emails to look like what's on the left? Raise your hand if you want your emails to look like the left. Oh, okay. How about the right? Do you want your emails to look, okay, that's what I'm talking about. Why? Because this email stands out, right? There are colors, there's branding, there's logos, there's something that's going to catch our eye and have us to read on, right? Why not the email on the left? So many reasons, right? You're limited to the number of email addresses that you can put into and CC, right? You can only put so many emails. And I talked to a couple of people yesterday who said that's how they were kind of using email marketing. They were just kind of sending messages and CCing a bunch of people. Yikes, that's not the best way to go, right? Why? Because you can't even track that. You don't know who opened, when they opened. You don't know any of that information, right? You're just sending and praying. That's not gonna work for us if we're in business and trying to make money. It's not gonna work, ladies and gentlemen. So the other thing with non-template, non-formatted emails is that you have no format control. You cannot brand, you can't do much of anything other than an email signature. That's about as good as it gets with basic email. Let's converse. Conversely, with something like Constant Contact, you've got templates, you've got brand identity, you can brand all day long, you can incorporate your corporate colors, your logo. You just look good in the inbox. You guys all look good in general, so you wanna look good in your email box, right? And you're able to track results. That's what's important. You can run reports and find out exactly who opened your email, when they opened it. Important, critical information. All right, let's move on. You have probably heard the saying, the fortune is in the list. It's all about your list. You need to be building your list. What is this list? It is your email list. Why is that list important? It's how you're able to market to people continuously because they've opted in, they want to hear from you, and you can continue to maximize that opportunity. Leverage it continuously, right? Compare that with, I always tell people who pretty much build their business on Facebook. What happens if Facebook disappears tomorrow? Like all of a sudden, Facebook.com and there's a blank screen. A lot of people will be freaking out because they've been building their business on Facebook. Right? All of these people who have exchanged information with you and all of that good stuff, all that information is gone. However, with your email list, you've got that email list in your back pocket. You can throw up the peace sign to Facebook because you still are able to connect with your prospects, your clients, right? That's the value of growing your list and having a list. How do you grow your list? It's really simple. Simply ask. Not too hard, right? Simply ask. Where do you ask? One of the best ways is on your website, right? You can join our mailing list, have some sort of opt-in incentive for them to join your mailing list. They click on the button, they fill out a simple form, bada bing, bada boom, done, they're on your list. And you can continue to maximize that opportunity, right? Some other ways, let's talk about events. When someone goes to register for your event that you're hosting, right? You can have a checkbox right there that says, hey, I would love to join your list for discounts, coupons, that sort of thing. Online events, webinars, basic sidewalk signs you can have, right? Text to join is also an option with Constant Contact. You can have a checkbox on a basic form at the event, right? The good old fishbowl technique with the business cards. Get people on your list, people. That's at the end of the day, that's what's going to drive your email marketing, right? Let's quickly talk about how you're going to get them incentivized. Is that a word? Incentivized, yes. Maybe you can offer them VIP priority preference to your events. Maybe it's discounts. Maybe it's educating them about something, a product, a service, an ebook that you've developed, something quick, short to make their events more profitable. Something like that will definitely attract them and have them to join your list. But the number one reason people unsubscribe is because the information is not relevant to them. I want to encourage you to make sure that the information is relevant, okay? Make sure that it's not information that you think is cool, but that they think is cool. It's got to be valuable to them, right? Also, we want to think about creating the content. This is the part that a lot of people struggle with. It's like, okay, I've got this email system going, and now what do I write? What do I put in there, right? I've already told these people that I'm going to send them something on a monthly basis, and every month I'm struggling. Yikes, what do I do? Well, there's a couple of things that you can do. You can definitely think about questions that you can ask, that you get asked, but also think about, first, how much content are we going to be developing? That's our first starting point. Constant Contact has found that less is definitely more, right? 20 lines of text or less. For those of you who have paper and pen, write that down. 20 lines of text or less is going to get you there, right? We're not writing diary entries. 20 lines of text or less. With photos, pictures, images, 3. That's all you need. No more. 3 pictures max, okay? Less is definitely more. In terms of clicks, the opportunities to clicks that you give them in that email, what we found is that if you have one opportunity to click, they're all over that, because that's the only thing they can click on, right? You give them more and more opportunities, and then your click-through rates start to plummet because you're giving them too many options. It reminds me kind of what is that restaurant? Cheesecake Factory. How many of you have been to the Cheesecake Factory, right? I love that restaurant. No knock against it. I do love the place. But the menu, hello? The menu is overwhelming, right? The food is great, but I'm like, oh my gosh, what are you having, Joan? I'm still perusing the menu. Now what I do is I just go back to my same item. I order the same thing every time because I can't go through that. So I order the same thing, right? Likewise, with your emails, you don't want to overwhelm people so that they don't do anything. You want to keep it focused, short, simple, with minimal opportunities to click, right? But you do want to be evaluating your click-throughs. Now let's talk about turning questions into content. Many of you always get questions on a regular basis, right? It's like, I feel like I'm on this hamster wheel answering the same question over and over again, right? So what you need to do is turn those questions into content. Yikes. And here's what I mean by that. Let's go back. Okay. Something happened with this slide, but basically, maybe there's a question of, How do I choose a theme for my event, right? Maybe that's the question. And so you turn that question into content for your email campaign, 5 ways to pick a fun event theme, right? Maybe there's somebody who's always concerned about budget. I want to do this event, but I want to make sure that you stay under budget. How do I know that you're not going to exceed my budget and then I have a bill at the end, right? So you answer that with your top 3 event budget questions answered. And you put that in an email, right? Maybe it's, how do I get more people to attend my events? Your answer, your email campaign would be something like 10 ways to increase event attendance. It's just that simple. So think about the questions that you get and flip them, and you have an email campaign that you can send out to your people, all right? Don't forget about images. Images are important, like I mentioned before. 3 images or less, though. But images are super important. Why? Because we are a visual being. We like to see stuff, right? 90% of the information processed by our brains is visual in nature. We're a visual people. So keep that in mind as you develop your email campaigns, all right? The other thing I want to tell you about and caution you about, a lot of you will immediately go to like Google Images to grab some pictures, right? Oh, I'm just gonna grab some pictures. Yikes, the thing about that is that you don't know who owns the copyright on those images. Those people can literally come after you if they want to, so you've gotta be careful, right? What you wanna do is create your own images, and I see those faces, you're like, who has time for that? Right? I'm ripping and running, I'm getting on a plane, I do not have time to take pictures. I might take one if I'm in a certain city, right? However, there are also stock image opportunities. You can get free stock images on a variety of platforms and the websites out there. Bigstockphoto.com is one that Constant Contact recommends. Other thing, with your images, when you include them in your email marketing campaigns, you want to make them clickable. We are a clicking people. We want to click, and we want to do whatever this is called, right? Whatever, it's not a pinch to me, it's a something, but we want to do that, right? So you want to make sure that your images are clickable and keep all of your important information above the scroll line, right? We don't want to have to be scrolling endlessly to figure out what it is you want to convey. All of your good information needs to be right at the top, right at the top. Who, what, where, when, why. What is it that you want? Because we are really going through our emails quickly, right? What can you send out in emails? You can send out newsletters. You can talk about announcements. Maybe you have a new hire. Maybe you're in a new city. Maybe you are putting on a brand new event that hasn't been done before, right? You want to share that with your people. Maybe you have a promotion going on. You want to share that as well. So those are just some of the things that you can do to stay top of mind. Again, with marketing, it's all about the touches that you give. How many times are they coming across your information, your emails, your brand name? You want to be visible, okay? How are we going to get those emails open though, right? I heard somebody say, yeah, how do we do that, right? That's the important part as well. We want to make sure that we're not just sending in vain. We want people to open our emails. The number one thing is to make sure that they recognize who it's coming from. Let's not get cute. You know, I could get cute and say, oh, this email is from the sassy scented slayer. And they would say, send that to spam because I don't know who that is. But if I say Joan of Jazzy Pen, they know exactly who that is. Already I've made so many friends here that they don't even know my name is Joan. They're calling me Jazzy, right? And I'm okay with that. That's my branding, that's my brand name. And so that's what we want to have with your emails as well. People want to know who sent it, right? As it relates to marketing, there are 7 people right now. I know you guys are like 7 people. 7 people that you all immediately will run to open their emails. You want to be one of the 7 for somebody else, right? Keep that in mind. 7 people. So now you're going to go back. Who are the 7 people that I always open their emails? You do. More than 75% of people open emails based on the subject line alone. This is your make or break, ladies and gentlemen. Make or break. You have to spend time on your subject line because that's going to determine whether or not people open it. Besides knowing who it came from, is this worth my time, right? How do we cut that down and make sure that they're going to open it based on the subject line? Keeping it short, 30 to 40 characters, that's 6 to 10 words. Your emails, ISPs are going to truncate it anyway, especially when it's on your cell phones. So you want to keep that subject line short, okay? Think short. If you go over, if you have 12 words, is somebody going to pass out? No. It's okay, right? So don't spend too much time on the length. The other thing you can do is optimize your pre-header text. That's the information that when you look at your email on your cell phone, right below the subject line is kind of like a little introductory text. Kind of gives you a hint as what that email is about. Take advantage of that. Too many people do not. Give people a little warm up to what that is, okay? Other thing about email marketing is timing. It's all about timing, right? When do you send that email? First thing you gotta do is keep the promises that you made. If you said monthly, doggone it, your email needs to come monthly. Not every 2 weeks, not every 2 days. Certainly not daily, because then you will be the spammer of the year. So please don't spam people, right? Whatever promise you made, keep that promise. We wanna make sure that we're coordinating our timing, right? Here is something that you all want to know. Ooh, I'm going too fast. See, I'm going too fast. Right in the middle there. Hotels, inns, beds, and breakfasts. They open emails on Wednesdays at 7 a.m. 7 a.m. seems to be the sweet spot for that industry. So that's a good time to be sending your emails. If you send at 8, is the earth going to shatter? No, you're okay. But for everybody, I encourage you to test it out. See exactly what's going to work for your particular audience, because it may not be 7 a.m. for your particular audience. That's pretty much a general situation that we have going on with our data. Last but not least, metrics. If you are not measuring, you are not marketing. You are just hoping. You're marketing in such a way that you don't know the information that you need. With email marketing via Constant Contact, they've got reports that you can access at ease. You send an email out to, let's say, everyone that you met here today, right? At this conference, you've gathered emails, you've sent out a Happy Thanksgiving email. That's coming up. Wow, can't believe that, but yeah, it's coming up, right? You can see exactly who opened your email. At what time did they open your email? If you had a, hey, let's meet up in Wichita link, and they clicked on that link, you know that they clicked on the link, right? It's awesome information. Why? Because now you can access that. You can see who clicked on what. You can gather those people into one list. And in my world, in Jazzy Pen Communications world, if people are clicking, we can have conversations, baby. That means they're interested, right? That's how we gauge our interest level with email marketing. So with Constant Contact, you can see who opened. You can see who had bounces. Maybe you have the wrong email address. You can see all of that information. You can see a list of people who did not open. Constant Contact also has an opportunity for you to resend to those who did not open your email. It's pretty cool, right? So you can determine the best day and time to send your emails based on when people opened the email in the first place, okay? Another thing, click-throughs, like I said, super important. That, to me, is the #1 metric that you want to be measuring and seeing what is happening, what are people clicking on. You can click on the percentage and see exactly who clicked on what? That thing that has the highest percentage, that's the one that you want to focus on and do again and again. Have offline conversations, make it happen. Really quickly before I go, I got to give you the ideal email. What does it look like? Kind of all the things that we've already said, right? The first thing is your subject line. You will have spent time on your subject line. Don't do it at the last minute. Think about it. What's going to get people to open this email? 6 to 10 words max. Let's not go beyond that. You're going to include your business name, right? I'm not going to be too cute. We're not going to say info at, service at. That just screams telemarketing or some sort of email that I don't want to read, right? We want to optimize the pre-header text, give people a little taste of what's to come in this email. You also want to make sure that your images are clickable. Remember, we want to click, and we want to do this. The other thing is that you want to have 3 images or less in terms of the amount of text, 20 lines of text or less. You want to make sure that you have your social media icons. People want to be able to share. If it's a good email, they want to share with other people. That, my friends, is email marketing in a nutshell. There's so much more to it, but email marketing is nurturing relationships. It's delivering on your promise, and it's getting measurable results. You guys can do it. It's simple, it's effective, and I encourage you to take advantage of email marketing because almost all hands were raised in here when I asked, did you check your email this morning? Your prospects, your clients, your customers, they are checking their email every day as well. I want to thank you all for listening to me. If you have questions, my booth is right back there. Jazzy Pen Communications, come see me and I'll take care of you. Thank you so much.